Welcome Corepunk fans. So today we're going to look at the Paladin and their weapon specializations. I'm going to talk about all the different specs and the skills associated with each spec. Before I get into this video, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to this channel. Subscribing means that you will not miss out on the latest news, tips, tricks and guides for Corepunk. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to make sure that you are not the last person to hear the news. So the Paladin is a mighty warrior and defender. Paladin has made it their mission to wipe out all evil. They always stay true to their values and the sacred light guides them and those who follow them. Paladin is an expert at healing and raising the spirits of their allies. When prayers are no help, they are not helpless. Paladin can knock out their enemies with a stroke of the heavy hammer or mace. So the first weapon spec you can choose for the Paladin is the Hand of the Light. The Hand of the Light is a melee hero who uses heavy two-handed weapons and the energy of the light. Although their speciality is dealing damage, they can also buff their allies in the fight. The Paladin's Q ability hits with a powerful strike and deals physical damage in the area in front of them. All enemy targets hit by the ability take increased damage. Upon activating their W ability, the Paladin releases a 5-meter long beam. All enemies struck take magic damage and their movement speed is reduced. Additionally, the beam removes all slowing effects on allies. If the Paladin hits the target with the beam of light, the ability can be recast to shield either themselves or allies. With their E ability, the Paladin marks their enemy for 5 seconds. After the 5 seconds, the mark deals true damage and 10% of all the damage which was received while the target was marked. For their R ability, the Paladin raises their weapon and starts to charge the ability and then smashes it to the ground, dealing magic damage to the area. The Paladin can move while the ability is being charged. The damage that the ability causes is dependent on the duration of the charge. And finally, the special ability. After using an ability, the Paladin's next basic attack is empowered. An empowered basic attack deals bonus magic damage and casts periodic healing on the Paladin. Empowerments stack up to 3 times. When the periodic healing effect stacks at 3 charges, the Paladin gains bonus movement speed for 5 seconds, and when expired, the charges are reset. The next weapon specialization is the Cleric. The Cleric is a support hero who can still deal a lot of damage in a melee fight. Cleric's weapons are dual maces and the energy of light, of which the latter they use for healing and shielding allies. The Q ability. The Paladin attacks an enemy with their weapon and deals physical damage. After the strike, a small energy zone is created around the enemy in which the Paladin's allies gain periodic healing. The ability can be recast if the Paladin is in the energy zone. The zone explodes, dealing magic damage to enemies. The zone disappears after that. For the W ability, the Paladin charges the weapon and releases a light wave in front of them, which deals magic damage and debuffs the enemy, reducing their armor and magic resistances. The target is also rooted for 1.5 seconds. When using the E ability, the Paladin shields themselves on ally. The shield absorbs all incoming damage. If the shield has more than 1 strength point upon its expiration, it triggers a magic explosion in the range of 2.5 meters around the hero. All enemies in the range of the explosion are stunned. Now, there's been no mention of strength points in the description for this particular weapon spec. However, I do believe this is in relation to the special ability, which I'll come on to in just a moment. Now, the R ability, for 3 seconds, the Paladin surrounds themselves with an aura, which heals allies, increases the Paladin's movement speed, and reduces the incoming damage. While the aura is active, Paladin can basic attack but not able to use their abilities. Now finally, the special ability. So when attacking, Paladin gets stacked charges, which empower their abilities by 2%. Charges stack up to 5 times and are automatically reset when any of the abilities was used. Stacked charges will be reset if the special ability is activated, and basic attacks will deal additional magic damage for 10 seconds. And now onto the final weapon specialization for the Paladin, the Crusader. The Crusader is a tank who wields a shield and uses Morgenstern and the energy of light. Crusader was made to withstand loads of incoming damage. At the right moment, they can drag enemies back to them, aiding allies in a fight. For the Q ability, the Paladin flings a chain in the target direction, which deals physical damage to the first enemy it hits and drags the enemy back to the Paladin. The ability taunts enemies to attack the Paladin for 2 seconds. For the W ability, the Paladin starts to charge the ability. They can't use any other abilities, launch basic attacks, or move. The ability charges for 2 seconds and triggers an explosion which deals magic damage. The Paladin can choose to recast the ability and an explosion will occur instantly, and damage dealt will depend on the amount of time the ability was charging. When the Paladin casts their E ability, they raise their shield and it'll block the first attack or ability. If the damage has been blocked, Paladin can then recast the ability. Paladin deals physical damage in a small area in front of them and slows all the affected enemies. For the R ability, the Paladin creates a field on the ground. All enemies caught in this field can't use teleporting and dashing abilities. All allies within the field take reduced damage. When enemies cross the border of the field, they will be disarmed and will take magic damage. When the Paladin or their allies cross the border of the field, they gain bonus movement speed. And finally, the special ability. Each of the Paladin's basic attacks marks the enemy. The mark stacks up to 10 times. Upon reaching the maximum stacks, the mark stuns the enemy for 2 seconds. So there we have the 3 weapon specializations for the Paladin. Can you see yourself playing as a Paladin, and if so, which weapon spec do you think you will choose? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully I will see you in the next one. You take care. Bye bye.